Hope you guys are enjoying these. I just wanted to say that I was a little bit novice in how I set up my game and the way that I kind of just let Flight Simulator set it up based on my system. So I'm running an Intel i7 7700K. I have 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. I have a GTX 1080. It's not a 1080 Ti, it's just a regular 1080. We've built the system a couple years back. Pretty high specs for then. But this game is insane. So like right now you can see, I don't know if you can see in the top left corner of my screen, I'm running at 108, 109 FPS just in this loading screen. Most games, if I don't limit the FPS in a loading screen, it will soar. I mean soar. I mean, some older titles, we're talking 2000 FPS, 300 FPS. This game is at 108 FPS, just looking at a fairly bland screen. There is some animations here, but there's not much going on. Like, and when I click on these, look, I'm not clicking. I mean, when I just drag my mouse, look at that. It went down to 75 FPS for a second. That's crazy. So the other thing that I found, I tried to do a flight in Yosemite, and the flight I did in Yosemite looked awful. I couldn't identify mountains that I've known my whole life, and I was like, hey, you guys, I'm gonna fly here because this is one of the most beautiful places in the world. I love this spot, and I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of Yosemite. And I went there and it was awful. So one of the things you have to turn on is you need to go in here to the options. Okay, you can let the game set up optimal settings for you. You can let GeForce set up. You can let the NVIDIA control panel set up optimal settings for you. But for the graphics, one of the things you need to turn on is, see how this terrain level of detail is set down here at like 25. Now this is gonna affect your frame rate. I'm sorry, it's gonna affect your frame rate, but this is drastic. So I don't think you need, like, building detail doesn't need to be high. Tree details, that doesn't need to be high. A lot of stuff here doesn't need to be high, but you need to turn the terrain detail up. And honestly, I feel like I need it at 100. Now I'm going to show you the difference, but it's night and day for me. And it's like, these are mountains I've lived in and known my whole life, and I can't imagine looking at them the way that I was like, this game, I thought it looked amazing, and then I was like, it's actually pretty awful, and I realized why. So let everything else be set by your graphics card or by the game's presets. That's fine. You can tweak some of this, but I'm gonna tell you, you probably want to run the terrain level detail higher, because it's going to make a big difference as to how the game looks. Now I noticed this grass and bushes made a big difference also. So anyway, so let's go take a flight and let's go see if I can get back into Yosemite. Let's apply and save that here. Let's go back to the welcome screen, world map. All right, looking at Australia there. See if we can get back up to North America. All right, here's North America. All right, and here's California. Yosemite black bears. So that see, Lee Vining is here. The other thing I've noticed is this is not, I don't think this is a really good spot to start for Yosemite. It's pretty far off. Where's this Manzanita airstrip? I'm gonna see if I can find that on Google Maps, so bear with me for a second. I know you can't see my other screen, but I'm gonna open up Google Maps, see if I can find that Manzanita airstrip, and then I can find some VFR details on Google Maps. No, I'm not finding the Manzanita airstrip. Okay. It took me somewhere in Portland, Oregon. Alright, so let me see here. So I want to fly to Yosemite fairly quickly. Oh, why did it do that? I don't want to make you guys sit around and wait for me. Mammoth. So see, this is, yeah, so this is Mammoth. So this is pretty far out. So I'm pretty sure Yosemite is going to be in this area more. Probably closer to here. We're just going to set this as our departure. I like this plane. And we're going to hit fly. See if we can get some altitude. But I really feel like this is a setting that you guys all need to have on. You should definitely check it out. All right. Here we go. Oh, I can let this animation play. So it's like got me frozen over these coordinates here. Oh, I wonder if you can manually type in coordinates. I think I can get manual coordinates off of Google Maps. I think. Okay, so there's Lee Vining, there's Mammoth. This is Yosemite Valley. So I think I'm pretty far off, actually. Okay, yeah, I was gonna be way far off. All right. There we go. I don't know why Half Dome in Yosemite or Yosemite Valley itself is not a marker on here. So, all right, so let's see here. Directions to here from here. What's here? Oh, there we go. I got coordinates on. Yay! All right, so, all right, sorry, I'm gonna have to go back, guys. Sorry. Main menu. Alright, so coordinates for Yosemite. So we are 37.743349. Alright, so let's see if it gives us the opportunity. Okay. I wonder if I can just put, can I put in 0.74 and then dash 119.57. You can. Shut up. Oh man, I may do another video just to explain that. All right, so we're gonna fly from here. All right, so from this coordinates, we're going to set this as our departure. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I need to do another video. I actually need to record, do a screen record of opening Google Maps and how I did that. All right, so here we go. Where did it go? Okay, we're gonna try that again. I don't know what happened to it. 37.74 by 119.57. What happened to the first one? Do I have to put a comma there? There we go. Alright, so that's what we want. Whoa! That is not 34.74, 119.75. We're going to put in all the numbers here. 3349, comma, space, hyphen, space, 119 point. I thought I could just put some of the numbers there. 574640. Oh, because it's not giving me the actual. So we're gonna hit custom. Oh, why is that? So where's this that I'm selecting? This is not, okay. So this is not going where I want it to. So this is the custom, like, location. Why am I getting zeros here? See, this is, oh, what is my form? I think the format I'm putting it in is what the problem is. Okay, 119. This is a learning process here. 37. Can I do a degrees? Is that a symbol I can put in? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I'm broadcasting live and this is much more. I thought it was going to be easy. I was like, yay, I figured out a really cool thing to do. I think what I found was it wasn't that far from here. I can depart from here. Oh my goodness, I'm wasting. Yeah, I probably could have flown there in the time I was trying to figure out how to get closer. I don't know why the maps aren't more detailed when you're trying to look for something. I guess they probably want you to take off from airports more often, but that's not reasonable. So I was able to find GPS coordinates. I don't know why it was not allowing me to put in custom coordinates. So it's showing air coordinates. So I'm at 37 degrees, which is very close. 37.53. 37.53. Oh, it went away. I want to be at 37.74 by 119.57. 119.15. So I am definitely further east. I'm east, and it looks like further north. So let's see if we can oh my goodness. Really? my controller. I took too long. There we go. Alright, so we need to... Let's see, which direction are we flying? We're flying north, and I think we need to go southwest to get to actual Yosemite Valley. Yeah, I think Yosemite Valley is this way. Sorry guys, it's taking me so long to get this going. So, I mean, here, let's just, while we're doing this, let's see if I think we can do a live adjustment on the, why is my trim so bad? Alright, we got real nose down trim here. We want to climb. Come on. My trim command doesn't seem to be working. -2, -1. Come on. 0, 1. 1 degree up. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get 2 degrees up. There we go. We should start to ascend a little bit. Come on. My airspeed's certainly fast enough. Alright, go up another degree here. 3, 4 degrees up trim. Alright, so let's see if we can just look around here at these mountains. Alright, we're gonna pause it and general settings, and let's take this down to where it was. It was at 25. Alright, apply and save. Go back and resume. And the mountains just look awful to me. I mean, why am I not climbing? I adjusted the trim way up. Just not getting the... Alright, we're gonna get some serious trim climb here. Get this up to like 10 degrees, 10%. I still think this is the correct flight path to get to Yosemite. But look at the detail on these mountains out here at this range. And let's go back. So we go to general, and we're going to go to terrain detail, and we're going to bring this up to 100. All right, apply and save. Go back, resume, and just look at that. Like, you can see detail in the rocks, you can see detail in the mountains, you can certainly see detail. So, but this is drastically, look at there's frame drops. The game is more kind of glitchy, I guess you could say. So it is definitely not as smooth. And we're flying at 10,000 altitude. I don't know if that's why this plane is having trouble. Alright. Just, it doesn't want to climb. Alright. But I personally think it's totally worth it to get the terrain detail. Because even with the terrain detail set at 100, we are not looking at the most beautiful picture in the world. But it certainly looks better and more accurate. So I'm still not at, still not where I want to be. I'm trying to find Half Dome and Yosemite Valley. Not seeing what I want to find. I thought it was this way, but I may be going the wrong direction because this doesn't look right, and I'm not climbing as much as I want to. Let's 100% now. This still doesn't look right. I thought this valley right here was Yosemite Valley. Thinking it's not. Definitely getting the plane to climb now. I've got the trim set to 20 degrees up, so really getting a climb now. Hopefully that will help me to locate Yosemite Valley. I think I may be going too much west and not enough south. I was definitely should have been going south more, I think. I think this valley's the wrong valley. I think that valley right over there south is the top of Yosemite Valley, and it'll drop off over there, so we're just going the wrong way. There we go. I think we can take some of this trim out. Bring that back down to, like, let's try 15 degrees there. Yeah, I think those two lakes right there. Yeah, I think this is Tioga Pass. I saw Mountain Tioga over there, so I was thinking that's where I was supposed to be, but I think I was wrong. I almost think I can see a road over there. I believe that road is Tioga Pass, which takes you from Yosemite over to the other side by Nevada and Bishop. Driven before, so I think you have to drive past these little lakes right here below me. That's the other thing, is I was flying around up here and I couldn't identify anything. Like, the mountains didn't look like the mountains I'm used to seeing, so like being able to say, oh yeah, that's where it is, that's where I'm supposed to be flying to, I couldn't do it. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is right now. Alright, so I believe straight out ahead of me, we'll have to find out, but I think straight out ahead of me, that's Half Dome. Half Dome in Yosemite. So if we fly straight this way, we should be right over Yosemite here in just a couple minutes. Alright, let's see if I can see the road. Yeah, I think that's a road over there. Yeah, winding through the mountains. So I think that's Tioga Pass. And there's a little lake right here that you drive past. It's not a little lake. I mean, it's a big lake by some standards. It's a little lake to me because there's much larger lakes in this area. Excuse me. And then there's a small little dome here along the roadside. I actually, with my kids, we actually climbed this upcoming dome here that's right on the side of the road. We actually climbed up there. Alright, we're at 11,000 feet. I think the plane wants me to adjust my trim on my climb, but I think I'm happy with it. I probably could bring my engine speed down just to... Yeah, so I've been to this lake right here before, and it looks so much better with the terrain detail turned up. Now, granted, like, there are some frame drops, and when I noticed that when I have it set to 100, that when I pull up on this and it gives me beeping, like I was getting like some serious problems, but it was like freezing. So we're getting there. So yeah, so this dome directly below me and my kids hiked up this ridge, and we were looking down at that lake, and then we were looking back down at Yosemite Valley. This is definitely Yosemite Valley now. We're in the right place. And without the terrain detail on, I don't even know that the first video I flew and called it Yosemite, if that was even correct, because I think I was possibly not even flying in the right place to to look at Half Dome. So down here, this is the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning. The beginning of Yosemite Valley is on the other side. But this is Half Dome, definitely straight up ahead of me. I don't know why they're calling Yosemite Black Bear is like a interesting point if people want to go to Yosemite Valley and Half Dome, which is the peak straight in front of me. That's where people want to go. That's what people want to see, or they want to see El Capitan, the rock face, the famous rock face that people like to climb. So I really don't know why Flight Simulator doesn't have a marker for Yosemite Valley. There should be a marker here so people can start their flight in this area. Even though there's obviously no airport here, but I know I can't be the only one who wanted to fly or thought to fly in this area. But look at the mountain detail. All right, there's a good place. All right, look at the detail on that rock. Think about that. Right there. All right, so we're gonna go back now and go to general settings here, and we're gonna turn the terrain detail back down to 25 where it was. Apply and save. We'll resume, and look at that. It looks just washed out. It looks kind of awful, to be honest. You go back here, put this back up to 100%. Apply. Go back. Resume. Look at that. It actually looks like a rock, not just a fluffy, weird looking surface. So this is Half Dome right here on the left, and then where this river is winding down here, this is the Yosemite Valley. You actually have two rivers that feed into this area. Straight across here from Half Dome, where we're headed, is Sentinel Dome, which is a hike that is quite easy. If you ever go to Yosemite, Half Dome is not for novice hikers. I'll tell you that right now. Not a novice hike. It can be done, and there's a trail. And lots of people do it every day. But Sentinel Dome will give you spectacular views, and you can easily do that if you're in your 60s or 70s and you're in decent shape. So I would definitely recommend Sentinel Dome over Half Dome. Sentinel Dome is this like white little speck right here in front of me. See, I can identify this stuff now. I could not identify this, so let me see if I can get the nose of my plane to touch it. Right there, that's Sentinel Dome. That little white cap right there, that's a rock face, and you can drive your car fairly close. There's a road. I don't know if you can see there's actually a road here, and the road gets pretty close to Sentinel Dome, and from there you can from the road you can. It's about maybe, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile, half a mile hike to the top of Sentinel Dome. But it's not far at all. Okay, and so over here, kind of center of my screen, just to the right of the Yosemite Valley, that is wherever that warning sign is, the correct indicator heading. I need to figure out how to turn that off because that frustrates me all the time. All right, so that is El Cap, that straight rock face. Can I move my mouse over there? I can. All right, if you can see this. So this straight up rock face right here, so I'm flying with the Xbox controller and then I'm using my mouse at the same time. This rock face, this is the famous rock face that people rock climb all the time. This is El Capitan. And people from all over the world come here to rock climb this rock face. You can hit YouTube up and you can Google that, but people come here. They climb all the rocks in Yosemite Valley. There's lots of rock faces they climb here. But El Cap is one of the most famous rock faces that people climb here. Most people come in and they just drive through the valley, and they look at the mountains from a lower perspective, and it's pretty breathtaking, honestly, to drive around in here. And the game, with the graphic detail turned up, is much better. These mountains look much better now. El Cap kind of looks kind of pixelated and washed out there, but it's identifiable, so you definitely need to turn your terrain detail up. Maybe 75% would be enough, but grass and bushes, you can turn that off or low. You can put trees down to low detail, but I think your terrain needs to be up. Especially if you've been somewhere before, or you want to see what it really looks like, because there's a famous waterfall right there. There's a little trail that goes over here, and then this waterfall's here. That's a little spot you can go when you go to Yosemite. That's a cool spot, yeah. So let me flip around, and I'm gonna fly down closer to the road here. So there's a tunnel right here that goes through the mountain. And then this is just this is like one of the famous spots where people will take photos right below me. Let's see if I can flip around without crashing my plane here. So, yeah, so this is where the road is down here. So this is where most people drive in. So let's see if I can give you a view closer to what it's like to drive in and through Yosemite. So I'm gonna try to follow the road here a bit. And these don't look like pine trees, but these are certainly pine trees in this area. Yeah. There's a big rig. There's not a lot of big rigs going in and out of Yosemite, I'll tell you that right now. So you can see how massive El Cap is when you're driving down through here and you're just looking up at these mountains. It's awe-inspiring. It's really beautiful. And as you continue to drive through the Yosemite Valley, you got these beautiful pine trees and rocks and stuff everywhere. But what does it look like from the inside of the plane? That's pretty not bad. So, you know, as you continue to drive, eventually Half Dome comes into your view. So, let's see. And it kind of winds, the road really winds through here. It's not just a straight road. It winds back and forth through the mountains. And it's really majestic. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. So I would definitely encourage you. I used to do a little Ubering for extra cash, and I met people from all over the world. People from Japan, met people from the UK, met people from Germany and China, who came to this area just to go up here to the Yosemite Valley. So see, as you start to come through here in this area, you start to see Half Dome, and there it is. It is just beautiful and massive. And it just comes into view, and it's just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. You can see we're flying at about 4,300 feet, pretty low. There's not a bunch of houses down there. Let me tell you that right now. There is no houses there. There is some businesses and some homes and stuff. So let's climb up and fly up over, just to give you an idea. We're down at 4,300 feet. And let's see if we can climb up and fly over Half Dome. we're getting a little bit of frame drops. And that's because I turned the terrain up. Look, 32 FPS, 29 FPS. So it is certainly not as butter smooth, but personally I feel like it's worth it. See, my plane does not like me climbing that fast. All right, I'm gonna have to circle this to get up there. So 4,300 feet. I'm not sure how tall the actual half dome actually is. It's definitely worth it. You should definitely come here if you haven't. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Where would you like me to fly next? What do you think about the terrain settings that I talked about? What's your opinion on that? Is it better to turn it down? Look at the detail in the rock here. You can see actual detail in the rocks that I don't think you would be able to see without that setting turned on. We're coming around the back side of Half Dome. We are still not up to, we're at 7,500 feet. Well, we were 4,300 feet. Yeah, I think we're at 4,300 feet at the down there close to the valley. So Yosemite Valley is probably what, about 4,000 feet. Oof. I gotta turn and go around. Still trying to climb. It's not letting me climb any faster. Alright, we're gonna go around. Let's see if we can get up close to Half Dome. Alright, this is Half Dome here. Let's see if we can climb fast enough to get up to the top of it. Oh, yeah, maybe? Maybe? Oh, I think I'm gonna crash if I try it. Oh, okay. We're gonna go around again. One more time around. It says Yosemite Valley down there. There's Sentinel Dome. You can kind of see how high Sentinel Dome is from this angle. It is pretty high, and you got a really spectacular view from there. All right, now we're at, I would say this is about it. So 9,100 feet, about 9,000 feet. So you're going about 5,000 feet up. Okay, so if you go to Yosemite and you want to hike Half Dome, you're talking about some serious elevation gain. That's insane. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's not for. That's not a beginner's hike, that's for sure. That is not a beginner's hike. Alright, I think this video's been longer than I wanted it to be. I'm going to try to figure out that the coordinates settings that I was messing with earlier. It looks like you should be able to manually input coordinates. I think I just wasn't doing it right. I wasn't punching the coordinates in correctly, but if that's possible to do, you can Google Map something, punch in, get the exact coordinates of a spec, and then you literally could punch it in and be able to see, start flying from a very specific spot and not from any airport, which would be really cool to do. Because there's a lot of, there's a lot of airports in this game. It is really cool. But to be able to start exactly where you want is huge. So I think I'm going to go figure that one out, and I'll do another video on that later. Alright, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave comments below. I will answer every one of them. Talk to you later. Bye.